everyone, so today I'm going to be doing the sample makeup challenge. I did this a few months ago and I had a lot of fun with it, and I thought it was kind of a fun way to actually use up some of my makeup samples because for some reason I just seem to like to hoard them instead of using them. So this is kind of like my little way of making fun content and also using up some stuff. So I have quite a bit of samples to choose from, and I will just get started. So the first sample I have is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I've had this for quite a while, and it's this cute little vial of oil, and it is supposed to be a primer. And so I'm just going to kind of take it on my finger and maybe kind of dot it around my face a bit. I'm not quite sure exactly how you're supposed to use this, but I'm assuming since it is a primer, you're supposed to put it all over your face. And whenever I first got the sample, I was a little unsure about it because I was like, an oil? I mean, even I have dry skin, so I love oils. But for most people, especially if you have oily skin, I don't know how well this will work for you. I mean, maybe it will work if you have oily skin, but it just seems a little counterintuitive to put oil on oily skin. It smells really good though. Then the next product I'm going to use is by Burberry, and this is the Fresh Glow Luminous Fluid Base. And it's just a little sample like this. And I've gotten a little foil packet of this before and I used it, but I didn't really seem to notice really any difference with it. So I'm just going to put some on my fingers, and I'm just going to put this all over my face. And this is supposed to kind of give a luminous I guess sheen to the skin. So that is it with the Burberry Fresh Glow base. It's kind of a subtle shimmer, but more of like, I guess, a glow, but we'll see if it makes any difference once I put on foundation. I think I'm gonna go with the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil foundation just because, one, I think I have the most of it, and I think this might be the closest I can get to my actual skin color. One thing that is a little sneaky about this is like, yeah, that looks like a pretty decent sample size, but it also has this design on here that kind of covers up most of the package. But if you actually like look through the clear spots, the foundation only goes from here to here. So it's a little tricky, but still. So I just put about 3 pumps on the back of my hand, and this actually looks like it might be a pretty decent color match for me. And I'm going to apply this with my damp beauty sponge. And I've seen some people use the Smashbox Primer Oil and mix it in their foundation. I'm going to put like 1 drop of it on here. This might be a bad idea, but I've seen people like use that. I think I've seen it mostly with them using it with like compact foundations, but hey, I just like to experiment. So I'm just going to kind of dot it around my jawline first. Kind of get most of the product dispensed in a thin layer. I think the color is a pretty decent match for me. And this is my first time using the that Josie Maran foundation, so it probably would have been better had I like not put the oil in it, so I could have get like a true first impression of the product on its own, but whatever. So this is with the first kind of layer on it. I feel like it gave a pretty decent amount of coverage. I wouldn't call it like the heaviest coverage because you can still kind of see a little bit of my breakout areas, but it did overall even my skin tone quite a bit, and I would say this is probably like a medium coverage. I'm gonna add 1 more pump just to see how it builds up. So this is it with the second layer kind of built up. I like how it kind of covered a bit more, and it kind of has like I don't know if it's the foundation or if it's like my primer or anything, but it does kind of have a little bit more of a satiny kind of glowy finish, and I actually really like it. It feels really thin, easy to blend, and yeah, I like it. It's definitely evens out my skin, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing like a mask of makeup. So for my concealer, I'm going to be using the YSL Touche Eclat sample. It comes with 3 colors. It comes light, medium, and deep. So I'm obviously going to use light. Wow, this is, whoa, this is pink. Okay, I don't know if you can tell how pink this is, but damn, okay. I might have like, should have done this before, because this is really pink. It also feels really thin, which I guess is good. I guess it doesn't look actually too pink under my eyes. And the pink, the kind of like pinky salmon color is supposed to color correct the dark under eyes. So since I don't have anything like a bronzer or a contour or anything kind of sample, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from the Remarkable foundation, I'm going to use the darkest color here, and I'm going to use this as like a cream contour because this is quite a bit darker than my skin tone, and that way I can still use the sample. So I'm just going to kind of put it wherever I would typically put my bronzer. And I'm going to do this in sections because I don't want this to dry in these like really dark concentrated spots. So I'm just going to kind of buff that in. I don't like wasting samples as much as I can help it, so even though this is a foundation, it's working pretty well as a kind of like a liquid bronzer contour for me, since I do have quite a bit fairer skin. And I just don't like to waste samples if I can help it. I mean, even though it's a sample, I just like to get all the use out of it I can. So I think this is actually working pretty well. I just kind of need to go back and blend it really, really well so it doesn't look like I have a whole lot of too dark foundation on. So that's just one little tip I have. If you get these like kind of multicolored foundation samples and you actually want to get all the use out of it, you can. If you are paler, you can use the darker shades to contour, or if you are darker, you can maybe use the lighter colors to highlight. Also, you could, if you're in between shades, like with this one there's 3 shades, and if none of those really fit you, kind of custom blend and see if you can get a color that works. So for my cheeks, I'm going to be using this Hard Candy Mini Blush in the color Living Doll. This is like a really teeny tiny one. It came in like a little sampler kit that I bought quite a few years ago, and it came with like a little tiny lip gloss sample, the blush sample. It also came with this, what is this called? Face and Body Luminizer, and it's called the Glow All the Way. So it came with that, and I think it also came with this little primer, which I didn't use today, but so those are the 2 color options that I have. One's more pink and one's obviously more a little golden. I think I'm gonna go with the liquid. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on my finger, and I'm gonna kind of like rub it together just to kind of like blend it a bit. I'm just gonna dab it on the top of my cheeks. Oops. Ooh, God, I got a lot on this cheek. Okay, so I already primed my eyes, and I will do the Sunday Funday one. So I'm gonna start with this kind of a warm brown color right here. This one is called Mauve. So I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. And then I'm just gonna take my blending brush and kind of go back and forth over the edges to clean any of that up. And I'm gonna pack on a little bit more. Next, I'm gonna take that same color and I'm gonna apply it on the inner lower lash line, just about halfway in. Then for the crease, I'm going to use this matte brown called Olive Wood from the other sampler, and I'm gonna use my fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna take some of that and put it in the crease. Then using the dark green here, this one is called Viridian Green. I'm going to take that on my pencil brush, and I'm going to apply that to the outer lower lid. Wow, I actually really love that green color. It's actually a little bit brighter than it looks. I really, really like how that looks. So next for my liquid eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper, and I have this little sample here. And I'm not a huge fan of these like pen liners, but I'm gonna give it a go, and I know a lot of people love this. already went a little thick, but that was actually really, really easy to use. I was actually kind of impressed. So that's the first eye. I always let the entire eye dry before I do the wing because I just don't want to mess it up. So I'm gonna let that dry real quick and do the other eye. I'm actually really impressed with this, and it kind of scares me because I don't want to buy expensive liquid eyeliners, but I actually kind of really like this. So now I'm gonna do the wing and we'll see how easy I can do that. That was like the best wing I have done in a long time. Oh my god. Now if I can get them even. They're not that even, but hey, it's okay. I'm actually like really impressed. Like both wings look good on their own, but they just, this one's a little more angled up. But I was really, really impressed with how easy that went on. Oh my god, now I know why people love this. I'm kind of afraid that I might be a convert now of the Kat Von D liquid eyeliner, but this is amazing. I love the color of the blackness. It's not super shiny because I hate that, because then it kind of looks like you have gaps in your eyeliner, and I don't like that at all. But this is like, it's not the mattest black, but it's kind of very slight satin finish one, but I really like this. Okay, so I just had to change my battery pack, but now I'm back and I'm going to do my mascara, and I'm going to be using the Full and Fabulous by Buxom. This is the first time I've ever used it, and this is in the color Show Off Black. I haven't even opened it, I don't think, so I don't even know what the brush is going to look like. So this is what the brush looks like. It is a bit of a, like a plastic, slightly tapered brush, so I kind of like the plastic brushes. So this eye has mascara on the top, and I don't know, it just kind of seems to be a really average mascara to me. I'm not the best to tell how good or bad a mascara is, so take that with a grain of salt. But it definitely darkened and lengthened my lashes, and it gave it a little bit of volume, but not necessarily as much as I'm used to. I've been using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and I have like 3 samples of it, so I'm still on the first sample because it just lasts so long for me. This one I feel like it clumps a little more than what I'm used to with the Better Than Sex. I like that one because I feel like no matter how much I put on, it just kind of keeps my lashes looking really fluttery. So that is the mascara. I'll have to give it a few more tries before I come to a decision on what I think about it, just because this is my first time using it, and like I said, I'm not the best judge of mascaras or anything like that. I feel like the only like lipstick samples that they give out are like in this color. Like these are pretty much all the exact same color. This one's a little more neutral, this one's a little more pink, this one's a little more red. I think I'm gonna go with the color Magic. And these are typically not the kind of colors I would go with usually, but I will do it for the video. Oh, I don't want to ruin it. It's such a cute, teeny tiny, never been touched lipstick, but here I go. Oh, this is actually prettier. This is the overall look using all sample makeup. I didn't have any like sample eyebrow products, so I'll just have to do it afterwards because I'm going to be filming more videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really like these videos. Like I said in my first video, I thought this was such an ingenious idea, and I'm like, I've never seen this done before. I'm gonna start this cool new makeup trend, and then of course I look it up and I'm like, oh, other people have done this before. So I hope this was a fun video for you guys. It was definitely a fun one for me, especially since, like I said, I kind of tend to kind of hoard my makeup samples. I don't know why I do that. I'm the same way with my perfume samples. I just hoard them and I don't use them. But I thought this would be a really fun video to do whole face using all sample makeup. And if you guys want to do this video, I would love if you would send me a link to your video. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. The link is below. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.